beauty of wrestling. It's supposed to be snowing here in Charlotte, and the sun is 50 degrees. Hi. When you hear wrestling, you probably thinking of a bunch of grown men rolling around in tights. And when I say the beauty of wrestling, yeah, that does come back to grown men rolling around in tights. But that's not the point. The point is there's beauty in grown men rolling around in tights. So let's take a walk. Professional wrestling, what most people know as WWE, or if you are a nerd like me, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, All Elite Wrestling here in North America. Wrestling is nothing more than soap operas where combat is where people resolve all their issues. Growing up, I was a huge sports fan. I had it on my TV as long as I've had a room to myself. There was sports on my television. ESPN, you could imagine, ESPN2, ESPN News, Fox Sports, all of that was always on my TV. Well, one day, young Justice, probably around the age of 5 years old, turned on his parents' TV in his parents' room and heard a grown man looking at a camera, which is crazy what I'm doing right now, and yelling at said camera. Come to find out, that was Booker T. Booker T is the reason why it was the start of me becoming a professional wrestling fan. As a kid, as most kids do, they believed everything that they saw on TV, and that included wrestling. But my dreams were solely crushed when older kids at my elementary school relished at the moment and laughed at telling me that wrestling was fake. Young Justice was very, very heartbroken. Now, there are wrestling companies out the wazoo. WWE, which takes place on our Full Sail campus. AEW, which is another recently created North American wrestling company. But we can go to Japan and New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL in Mexico, AAA in Mexico. They are everywhere, even in your local areas. If you was to look up professional wrestling in your local area, you are most likely going to find midget wrestling somewhere taking place at a high school gym near you. With multitudes of companies and wrestling styles, everything all boils down to larger-than-life humans doing non-human things, whether that be jumping off ladders or jumping off scaffoldings or jumping off cells that are 20 feet off the ground. They are everywhere. The spectacle of wrestling is just humans doing non-human things. Now, to my right, well, as I'm looking at it, it's nothing, but you will see me upload videos and photos of wrestling shows that me, my friends, my family have gone to on a consistent basis. And for me, as someone who just loves wrestling in general, getting to see these live and direct, while you might not hear the commentary, you feel the energy in the building and the events, or something might happen, the sound of the mat, just the sound of the crowd chant, being in the audience, makes wrestling beautiful. I hate using the word beautiful when explaining the beauty of wrestling, but being a fan and being in the crowd, feeling the love that the crowd has for the athletes who sacrifice their lives and bodies every time they step in the ring is amazing. If one was to learn, let's just say bald-headed Justice in another universe had no idea what wrestling was, if he wanted to sit and ask me how in the world would you even get into that? You have to learn and you have to watch. There is wrestling on 6 out of the 7 days of the week. You can find it on YouTube, TikTok. They have shorts, just of promos. YouTube has full wrestling matches across all companies. There are playlists upon playlists. If you don't want to watch a wrestling match or a wrestling show, there are reviewers who will explain everything to you in simplest terms. Like my man Wrestling with Regret, Brian Zane, who has taken over the Northwest corner when it comes to wrestling. And the happiness that I see and feel in moments, it gives me goosebumps still hearing the crowd respond when I'm watching on TV or even when I'm in the crowd. Great moments happen and you feel something. It's if you are invested in a story, you feel I don't know, you get a gut feeling, you feel better. You know, it's happiness, it's joy, it's love. You can see that the person worked hard to get to where they are. For example, Daniel Bryan was a 5'0", as he was labeled in the wrestling business, a vanilla midget. I will put a definition of a vanilla midget here, but he was nothing more than that, and he became the biggest champion of the biggest company in the world. And all he had to do was continue to put in the work and believe himself. Another moment. Cody Rhodes recently finishing the story. If you've heard the term finishing the story, Cody Rhodes has done that. He recently defeated Roman Reigns with the most extravagant amount of appearances left and right. The Rock, The Undertaker, John Cena, some of these names you've probably heard. Along with stories like Daniel Bryan, you see Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. I did a project on public speaking on Eddie Guerrero and why he was the greatest wrestler of all time. But he had battled a drug addiction, but he found himself and he found the love for wrestling. And his love for wrestling helped save him. And when you see all of that come about, it is a beautiful thing to watch. Now, I'm going to put all these clips right here. My hand is active. I'm going to put all these clips right here. But the love and the beauty of wrestling, you see in the moments, the flashes, the smiles, the love. You see it all at once. So the beauty of wrestling, give it a try.